Maybe I should have told her I was coming. Mm, Okay. So if you are on the chat, go ahead and drop a drop a number 2 if you're in the chat. If you're here and you can hear me. No? Let's see. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Good job. Hello. Yay! Okay. Just waiting on Char to come in. Yes. Hello. Hello. You guys are here. So I am just waiting on Shar to come in. Hello. Look at all the people. This is super duper cool. I am just waiting on Shar to come in. I wonder if I can get out of this and shoot her a text message. So far, Miss Helena, we are getting a pretty good following between the two of us. So it's pretty cool. So this live is set for 7 o'clock. So she should be in shortly. And I am at the gym. I'm at the gym because I have a gym membership that's a good gym membership that has childcare. So that is the reason why I am doing this live while at the gym. All right. So, how are you guys doing? How are you ladies doing? I'm sure that it's mostly ladies. I have no idea why a bunch of guys would want to join my lives. Okay, so 464. Let's see. Uh, what's working bad? Excited to see the live. Great. Don't know. We don't have time to beat around the bush. We got to grab people's attention quickly because people come in and out. Okay. Shar, come on in the live. I have an extra phone, so I'm just telling Shar to come into the live. Hi, Burbies! So Shar's gonna have to come up with her own name. Oh man. Ugh. I am excited to join this gym. I just did a bar class and it's pretty exciting. I know that I probably sound crazy being excited about joining a gym, but this is a nice gym. So let's go. Have a good time. Leave your worries behind. So, if anybody has any suggestions or any questions you guys want us to chime in on, go ahead and leave something in the chat. Oh, it said you're not on. I am on though. She can't see me. It says, is this not the live? Hold on, let me see something. Let me see something, y'all. Let me see if I'm on the right link. Let's go. I'm on. Try. I know you see me, but I'm trying to get Shar to come on. The first link I sent a couple hours ago. Used to be fun, and it's good pain. There she is. This is the good thing about having two phones. There she is.
Hey!
Okay, so there she is.
Hello, everybody.
So I want to tell y'all, the Burbies, why we are on today. Me and Shar, we started chatting a couple of months ago using the phone because I was like, you know what? We're talking. I'm like, you need to join YouTube. And
Mhm.
we just started going back and forth with the text messages. And today she was about to start going in on stay-at-home mothers. And I was like, hold up, hold up, hold up. Before you start talking, we're going to talk about this live. So I don't even know what she was about to say, but I could feel the energy that she had something that she needed to get off of her chest. And Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. is a good, on 7 p.m. Central Standard Time is a good time for me because my husband is at work. He works evenings on Tuesday. So I have the evening to myself. And now that I've joined this gym, the kids are in the child care until 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we could go off on just about anything and we can have continued live conversations. And I'm sure that the ladies in the chat know that both you and I can talk.
Yeah.
Literally, we can definitely both do some talking. So, you were about to go in talking about stay-at-home moms and preparedness or something you were about to do. I cut you off. I was like, hold up, hold up, hold up. We're going to do this live. So, why don't you just go ahead and tell all of us what you were talking about?
First off, thanks for having me. This is actually my first live that I've ever done, like ever, on any platform. So it's exciting. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you on the phone because, I'm constantly producing this content about stay at home mothers. And obviously, like you're a stay at home mother. And I kind of wanted to like explain myself a little bit. I also have a lot of friends who are also stay at home moms. And so my main issue is that I just want women to, when they go into marriage, to really think about the long term consequences of, joining a partnership with somebody else. Um, some of the main things that I kind of see now playing out in a lot of the relationships around me at my big age is, the wife stays at home and then she becomes unhappy or something happens, and she has no recourse to financially to be able to like leave or to take a
Right,
break.
right.
It's like a slowly paced type of situation where it all just doesn't happen at once, right? You could say that there are like big events. There's getting married, there's like having the children. It's a very slow progression to a woman suddenly just snapping or just being completely overwhelmed.
Yes. So,
Go on ahead.
so So I am a stay-at-home mother. And yes, I don't know if I mean Miss Helena, you said I'm married, but yes, I am married. It'll be 10 years this year that I have been
Congratulations.
married. And my son, my oldest child, will be 9 this summer. I have been a stay-at-home mom ever since I have been, since he came out. I went back to work for about 3 months, but the cost of daycare in urban areas is
Mm.
ridiculous. So that didn't work out for too long. But yes,
Uh,
you are absolutely right. So just so you guys will know this, I got married at the age of 33. I'm 42 now. I'll be 43 this year. And so getting married a little bit later in life after having my education down, after getting a chance to get some work experience, some certifications, some plan A, B, C, D, and all that. Um, I feel comfortable being a stay-at-home mom. And there is a difference when you get married young, like in your 20s, before you have a chance to establish yourself and who you are. Because I mean, right now, my marriage is healthy. I am a healthy woman. Things are balanced. But if I needed to take a step back and go support myself, I have the capability of doing that. And I have the confidence in myself to be able to step out and I'll be fine. I, my
Mhm.
husband know I'm gonna be fine too.
Right.
I was an adult when he met me and married me. So he knows that I'm not going to crumble and break down because it happens. We see
Yeah.
this on TikTok where people are like, "Oh my god, I got to restart at 40," and they don't have a game plan because all they have known is being a wife and mom.
Mhm.
Can everybody hear both of us? Let us know in the chat. Make sure you guys can tell us if you can hear both of us very well.
I
You
know I
want to
can
go
hear
ahead and say
you. Can you
something?
hear me?
Huh?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I I can hear you, but I hear you kind of low.
I put my headphones in to try
Huh?
to make it I put my headphones in to try to make it better.
Okay. All right. So the wireless
Okay.
woman says the sound is great. Okay,
Okay,
cool.
awesome.
Everybody, if as long as everybody can hear. Okay, cool, cool. That's what I want to hear. Make sure that everybody can hear us both. Okay. So what have you seen that you wanted to address?
But first off, I find your story so inspiring. I love it when women get like wait a little bit longer to establish themselves. I feel like because you know yourself, because like the person that you were when you were 20 is a completely different person than when you're like in your late 20s or your 30s. I can't imagine your 40s.
Right.
I remember, well, today I actually saw a video where a woman was comparing picking a partner when she got married, which was 19, to like buying a really fancy pair of jeans, expensive pair of jeans, like, in the 80s. And then how could you expect that same pair of jeans to like fit your body at this point in time?
Right.
So you kind of want to like wait until you've matured a little bit more, so that you can like
Right.
understand, like your style or just who you are.
Right.
I know that was probably a really menial comparison, but I thought that it was applicable.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you know yourself, when you are really rooted in yourself and you have confidence, that's what these red pillars don't like. Because
Right.
when you are 20 and you're still learning yourself, you're still moldable. You're still
Mhm.
malleable. And I see way too much control popping off because the women don't have the confidence to know that if I were to leave right now, that I would be okay. And the dudes know that. That's the reason why the age differential will be, the power differential, the imbalances. And that's the reason that's another reason why they keep talking about fit and feminine. They really want small, and you can intimidate her by being,
Mhm.
a hulking figure.
Mhm.
Yeah,
No, absolutely. Like we're definitely still children in our 20s. I still felt like a child
we
in my
are.
late
We
20s.
are. You should be kicking it. And I don't know if you saw the commentary that I was having. I can't remember what I was about to say. Like the the right wingers attempting to lower the restrictions for child labor laws, right? Have you seen
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I did.
And they want to do that because these kids won't have the confidence to speak up for themselves,
Mhm.
or they're trying to strip away the like being a kid. Like when do you get a chance to be a kid if you're doing construction at 14 or working at a restaurant serving drinks? You're learning how to shake and pour drinks, and then by the time you're like 21, you're hitched. Like when are you supposed to do the fun stuff and fall down? Change your major. When are you supposed to do the fun stuff? Unless you're just not supposed to do the fun stuff.
Mhm. And it's just so sad because they don't care. Just fundamentally, they don't care. They don't care about children, they don't care about women, you know? And I feel like for those of us who actually have somewhat of a little bit of power, a little bit of voice, that we have to use that
Yeah.
because it's like we just have like a bunch of sociopaths and psychopaths in charge, and they're just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing society until somebody does something. um,
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why, I started on TikTok and like started my channel, just because I just wanted to talk about these issues, that for me, a lot of these things that I talk about are very like fundamental knowledge, right? But for a lot of people, it's really not. A lot of people have misconceptions about prenups, because of the media. And a lot of people like don't really understand kind of like how men work, right?
Right.
Because we're purposefully kept from speaking to each other,
Yeah.
and basically because the media is which is like the most powerful tool, and it happens like when we're not paying attention, when we're kind of like subconsciously consuming all of this content, that we have these certain ideas that are completely the opposite of the way that things are.
So, so the Grim Reaper sending Nakers to hell is going off in the chat box right now, talking about men aging badly, and that's a funny thing because 2 years ago when I was getting banned off of Facebook, it was because I kept on talking about these bad body bad body bitches. Basically, these dudes shaped like they got the birthing hips, they got the postpartum bodies. Like, why are you 13? Why do you look like you're 13 months pregnant? And so I t- I was like, because these dudes would have the negacity
Potatoes.
to be on Beyonce social media talking about they want a woman that is fit, feminine, and friendly, shaped like Grimace, shaped like a
Oh
pillow,
my god, I really needed
shaped
that.
like a soft pillow. And I was like, but you soft. You supposed to be hard. You supposed to have some testosterone going. Can you do a push up? Can you do a push up, Ashton? They got the birthing hips.
Mm-mm.
They got the boobs. I'm like, your boobs should not be bigger than mine. And so that's how I started getting kicked off of Facebook because
Mhm.
I would be complimenting their boobs. Like, you should not have titties. And so Facebook was telling me that I was a bully. But these dudes, they was talking to other women. Like, they were coming out of pocket. Now, someone asked how we support women. How do we support each other? We support each other by going to bat for other people. Now, I am fairly
Mhm.
fit. I'm a mom. I'm 42. I'm middle aged. I'm still going to bat for the bigger ladies. I'm going to bat for the single mothers. I'm going to bat for other women, even when Ashton, Duskwan, all of these people are talking bad. I'm going hard on them. But that's
Mhm.
how I end up going to Facebook
Mhm.
channel.
It's funny because
Yes,
when you match their
they do
energy
they have a
suddenly
brick house. Huh?
I was saying it's funny because suddenly when you match their energy, it's considered bullying. Suddenly the moderators of Facebook, like, show up.
Right.
It's like this girl was getting, like, actual death threats, and here I am calling this guy a potato, and suddenly I'm the bad guy? Like
Right. Right. Why are you shaped like a potato and threatening somebody?
mhm.
Um,
So oh,
what
go
are you about
ahead.
to say?
So you were talking about, like, how women support each other.
Yes.
Um, for me personally, well, there are, like, several different ways. Like, online, because I'm on TikTok and I'm on YouTube. If a creator is going through something, a female creator, I always try to support as much as possible. Like, when you had issues with your account, I like reposted the link to your account on my YouTube and my TikTok. Our friend Mel Hamlet also was going through a few different issues as well. So we reposted her stuff and like, we kind of like joined in and like told our perspectives of the story. So
Right,
that's definitely a huge element for it and just showing like very public support for women, right? Um, and in my personal life, it's more complicated when it comes to friends for sure, because there's only so much that you can do, if your friend is like dealing with with men. Sometimes all you can do is listen and to just be there because it's a long game, right? Like this is
yeah,
gonna be my friend. This is gonna be, one of
yeah,
my like golden girl like friendships. And
yeah,
so we have a rule with all my friends because, I have friends in across the United States. I have friends in Europe where I say, "Girl, if you need me, like you have one call. Like if there's a disaster, like something happens, you can always call me. You have one call and I'll be there in a
yeah,
heartbeat,
yes.
no matter what." And
And
so just knowing that.
and that's one of the things that I don't like about times past when the media and the outlets were male dominated, because
Mhm.
they have created some kind of division, like women don't go to bat for each other. Like
Right.
literally, there are over 100 women on this phone call right now.
Mhm.
We literally have that kind of support just like that. We were doing a test run and like a dozen people jumped on within a minute because we have support. And it's not young women versus old women. I don't like if a 20-year-old is going out having some fun. Me as a 40-year-old, I don't care. I've already been 20. I don't want to go back to being 20. It's not big girls versus small girls. Now,
Mm-mm.
obviously, there are some exceptions. There are some women who have jealousies or envy or whatever. But a lot of us are like, we go to bat for each other. When my account got wiped, y'all put out an SOS for me. So it's like, I know that women will show up for me.
Mhm. I saw somebody say that, that, you can't either they're having trouble with making female friends or something along those lines, and that she can't go to bat for every woman. And I 100% agree. Some women are just men, with the female, mechanisms. Like, you can't go to bat for everyone, but the people that you can, really try to just extend grace towards those women, because a female friend is just it's one of the best things in life, you know? And I definitely think that the whole mean girl concept is a product of the patriarchy. Like, I don't because they know that if women aren't friends, like, they know if women aren't friends, then they can control us because 'cause we're divided. But to if we band together, we can oh my gosh, I sound like a politician, but really, like, we can actually make a difference and make the change and control things.
Yes.
Like, I personally think, going back to what I was saying with the media, that we need to, boycott watching films that don't have adequate writers. They don't have, like, writers of color. They don't have, any, female writers. If all of us women band together, we're like, "We're just not gonna watch that." HBO, like, we don't follow that, like, we don't support that. They'll have to do something because we make up a significant portion of of the clients for them, of the revenue.
I completely agree. That's the reason why, this shift that's more female focused, it's palpable. You can feel it. And I know that this is going to be a crazy take, but I believe that Trump getting elected president helped switch things or shift things quicker. Now, the reason why is because I think that it supercharged the Me Too thing. Because I believe that if Hillary would have gotten in, women would have been like, oh, a woman made it. We would have been a little bit more comfortable. Just like, Barack Obama becoming president. It's just like, oh man, basically racism is over. But with Trump getting in office, it was like, holy crap, this man is basically admitting to this stuff in public and acting like this in public. And that's when we started seeing a lot of things start to tumble as
Mhm.
far as people actually becoming held accountable. And the fact that he was sued in court and actually lost recently with E. Jean Carroll, that shows me that the shift is here. So
Mhm.
I think that's what I think.
I agree with what somebody said, that that's not a crazy take at all. I feel like that is just the truth, like the hard truth. That's what happened. They couldn't hide anymore. I mean, they didn't want to hide, and they showed their behinds because of it.
Yeah. Oh man. So just for technical, I mean just to let y'all know, I can't be on here past
Right.
7:45. So I'm just letting y'all know that in advance because I got to go get those people that are my heartbeats, my children's. So just letting y'all know that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, so Miss Helena says, but as a happily married woman, why would she produce this type of content? I am That is a good question, and I have answered this. The reason why I produce this type of content, because number one, I am a woman centered space. Number two, I was child free and single until my 30s. Number three, the only way to make things shift is for women to be comfortable with who they are.
Mhm.
I promote the child free movement. I promote women being married if they want to be. I want women to do whatever they want to do that makes them happy in what they want to do.
Mhm.
I push for women to be happy, healthy, whole, and balanced in everything. Because I was child free for longer than I've been married. And just because I'm married does not mean that I can't see the crop of dudes that's out there. So me saying everybody needs to get married, everybody needs to go out and have some kids, that would we would be asked out right now if I were doing that.
Mhm.
That would be silly on my part. I am not a
Mhm.
relationship coach. I'm not. I don't want everybody to be like me. Shar don't want to be like me. Shar is over there having the time of her life. She just got back from Puerto Rico. She over there having a child-free, amazing time. So I want women to go out and do what they want to and enjoy their lives. I enjoy being a mother. Shar probably would not enjoy being a mother. So why don't we all just do what we want and be happy in our situations?
Actually,
So
so
that is
fun
why.
fun story. I actually was a nanny for many, many years. I nannied like 4 kids at a time, like the ages of 2, 4, 6, and 10. And so I actually really love kids. I literally when a child walks into the room, I like light up because I think that they're amazing. But because I did like babysit kids and I nanny kids, I like fully understood the amount of effort and the amount of time, that it takes in order to, grow fully informed adults. And I
Yes.
just never and I'm still not totally pushing aside the idea of ever having kids, but the thing is that we have children like very young in the United States, and I think that because of like my traveling and everything, and I had friends whose parents had them at like 41, 42, and they're like super well off people. And so these people like structured their lives so that they could have kids and like give them everything that they needed. And I saw that and I realized that there really was no rush. In fact, you were better off if you just waited a little bit. So that's one of the reasons why, I just think that we need to take this pressure off of women. And I've never seen an extremely happy mother and wife who has pressured other women into having children. Like none of the very, very happy ones do that. It's always the ones who are trying to like pull you over with them.
Right. So I am excited that there are literally 145 of y'all on here. I'm trying to read through some of these comments. Someone wants to know if there's some kind of group where we can form. I don't know. Um, I literally don't have the bandwidth to create another group. I am a stay-at-home mom and a homeschooling family as well, and supposed to be writing this book that's supposed to drop this summer. So man,
I
I
didn't know
got a
you were
lot.
also homeschooling. Oh, man.
Right,
Oh.
like, I'm trying to teach these kids how to read and stuff, like, yeah, we got a lot going on. My day is pretty jam-packed. That's the reason why coming to the gym
Oh, hey, Adams. Mhm.
coming to the gym is my free time. Like, I can get an hour workout, and then I can click around on the computer or something.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, wireless woman. Yeah, I'm consistently doing a lot of stuff. And the reason why I advocate for women so much is because even if you're not a mom, we still have a lot of stuff to do. Because
Mhm.
if you're child free, people are looking at you like you got things to do. We do so much, regardless of if we're moms or not, regardless if we actually go into the job or not, we're consistently doing something. So, I want us to be doing what own your decisions. A lot of people are unhappy because they don't own their decisions. People
Mhm.
are living for them, or they're like a co-star for their movie. They're not the main character in the movie. And
Mhm.
you need to be your own main character. You need to be driving your decisions. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable.
Mhm. I love my mother because she told me, from a very young age, she said, being a wife and a mother isn't everything. She said it can be a wonderful thing, but it's not everything.
Yep.
Figure out who you are outside of that.
Yep.
And I feel like people are so scared to kinda, like, sit with themselves, or they're so scared to, like, think that they just kinda jump into some decisions without, really fully taking in all of the consequences, and so, just because of how things are going, politically and, like, with society, I think it's just more important than ever, especially with them trying to strip away education to talk about these things, to have some real conversations. And have women talk about what marriage and children is like.
Yeah. And I think that these conversations are so important to have. These people are sitting up here asking us questions. We're going back and forth because a lot of times what you see on TV, it's manufactured through the male gaze, right? The male
Mhm,
eyes and what they think. Or
mhm,
even when you see stuff on IG, everything is so polished or whatnot. And that's what I try to do is bring a little reality to the situation. Oh man, I am I'm so glad. I'm so thankful for you Burbies jumping on with 2 hours notice. So this is pretty cool to have. Let's see
mhm.
if we got any other questions up in here. I appreciate you guys jumping in though. Let's see. We got I'm going to read through if you want to say some really important and profound stuff. Sure.
Oh, for important and profound.
Profound. Yeah, it must be profound.
I just really want more women to understand finance, to understand personal finance. It doesn't have to be super complicated, like once you get with the fundamentals. So I think what I'm going to do on my page is I'm going to post some links to some different professionals, like on YouTube, and maybe some different articles that you can read to educate yourself. Um, because I realize there really isn't that much out there that kind of condenses things that like women who want to get married, the things that they need to know. You have to go to like a financial advisor. You have to go to like an attorney. Like how and certain things that each one of those people knows. Like they need to like cross over at some point. So how do you how do you know that one person has all the information? So I think that I'm going to try to do a little bit more of that because it's super important to focus on retirement as well. That's something that people don't think about. Um, Insurance policies, when you get married, like for stay-at-home moms, like do you not only does your husband have an insurance policy, but do you have an insurance policy? Because for the mom, like if something happens to the mom, the amount of people that are going to need to be hired to replace her is ridiculous. It's like $180,000 worth of unpaid labor, like of every woman in each home. Um, there are multiple people that the husband would have to hire in order to replace her. So it's so crucial that like women also have insurance policies. Does your husband, does he have a trust versus a will? Because okay, say you have a husband that like takes care of you for your entire life, right? And he never kicks you out on the street. He has a will set up for you. One day he just drops dead. Okay, because he has a will, your name isn't necessarily on all of the accounts that you need to get into. So you can't get into those bank accounts. You have to set up a funeral. You have to set up living expenses. Um, his entire estate is going to go into probate, which could be in probate with the courts for years. And you can also contest a will.
Yeah.
And that's how women literally end up on the streets. End up on the streets after years. There was a woman, I mentioned it on my timeline, who called into Dave Ramsey, 80 year or 70 or 80 years old. Her husband died and she couldn't even buy herself food. That happens a lot because women don't look at the paperwork. You have to really understand the fundamentals and have these
Yeah.
conversations with your husband. Like, it's crazy that prenups have such a bad name because, it's important to have those conversations and set expectations before the marriage. And if you can't have those conversations openly with your husband before marriage, like there's a problem with that, then you really need to rethink that marriage because that is the best way for you both to support each other and your children. And if you don't want to do it for yourself, have those
Yeah.
conversations for yourself, have them for your children. That's my thing.
So, just a little plug for myself personally. I have two and a half books that will be coming out this year. The first book is called Ashy Men Will Make You Fat, a petty self-help book. Now, I'm not being fat phobic. I'm just talking about when you are stressed, your cortisol increases and you will gain weight. But that's the first book. And the first book is going to come with the journal. And then the next book that I put out this year is going to be Auntie Wisdom. It's going to be nuggets that I have pulled from my social medias. But that's not what I was about to say. The I'm actually going to be putting out a financial book because I
Hmm.
have a woman, like I talked to you about business stuff. I've been talking to a woman because, we need, even though, like you were saying, we need insurance. We need to talk about these things. And like with my petty self help book that I'm putting out, find health in general is a combination of emotional, physical, mental, and financial well being. And so, if your finances drop, your physical health could possibly drop. If your emotional health is compromised, that could decrease your financial health because maybe you don't want to go to work. Maybe you overspend on something. But I'm saying all that to say, I'm working with a woman. She's going to be a co author of the next book that I put out next year, early next year. We don't have a name for it, but it's going to be a financial book that puts these things into like bite-sized, tangible pieces where people can actually, hear it and not be intimidated by it. I might even put it out with a journal as well. So, it's like, okay, January, take these steps. February, take these steps and, create a journal or something with it. We've already bought the ISBNs. I've already bought 10 ISBNs to put out for 10 books. So we're going to be writing some books on something. So I'm just putting that out there that is on the horizon because as a community, as a Black woman community, as a woman community, because I know that there's women that are not Black women on our pages, I want us to be healthy financially, physically, mentally, and emotionally. I want health across the board.
There's
Um,
nothing worse than seeing, one of your friends being taken down, too young because she didn't take care of herself,
yeah,
did everything for her husband, for her kids, then ends up with autoimmune diseases or something like that.
yeah,
I've seen that happen like way too many times.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. And before I became a stay-at-home mom, I was a personal trainer at the gym. So I would work with women in their, in their middle age or whatnot, and you would see the women that put everybody first. They're taking care of their parents, they're taking care of their husband, they're taking care of their kids, but they're not taking care of themselves until something happens, some
Yep.
kind of health scare or something. That's when it's like, oh snap, I got the sugar diabetes. I gotta go work out something. My pressure is up. I gotta go take care of something. But that's the
Mhm.
reason why we gotta take care of this stuff. This is the reason why I want to touch girls as
Y
teenagers to start
Yes,
taking care of themselves. I want to talk to
absolutely.
mamas right now so they start implementing these things for their little kids because we're 2 steps behind because we've been in survival mode for so long. And we got to get to a certain point where we're thriving, but we need to be hitting these things. We need the finances, we need the fitness, we need all of that. And we need to be able to talk about this kind of stuff without people automatically like, oh, how dare you, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh, so,
I know. We need to figure out and I'll put this on myself so you don't have another thing on your plate, but, definitely thinking about either a Discord or, like, a Reddit, or a subreddit, where people
oh,
can kinda talk. Let me think about it a little
oh,
bit.
well, you're the Reddit girl. Go ahead. I'm on Reddit. Someone asked me my email address, and somebody just go ahead and type this. I give my email address all the time in my comment section, but my email address is firefitnesscoach at gmail.com. Firefitnesscoach at gmail.com. So you guys can email me, and I'm gonna put the whole subreddit thing on Shar. She could just create. I'm on Reddit. I'm
Mhm.
BurbNBougie on Reddit as well. So if I don't know what Discord is. I don't know what Discord is. I just like
I don't
I'm
Does anyone know what Discord is? I'm
I
not
don't know
fully
what
sure
Discord
what it
is.
is, but, like, I'm in a few Discords, I guess I'll have to figure it out.
Okay. I mean, I can't I like these Tuesday nights. I'm supposed to be doing a book club as well. And my next book club should be this month. I said I was going to do the book club in May, but I like this time frame to be able to do a live or just sit down and chit chat. And what we could do, we can alternate. Like right now you're on my live. Next time you can alternate and host a live. That way you get the credit on your page. We can go back and forth.
There's
Oh, okay. We
credit for
got we
this?
we gotta start a podcast too. Okay. We gotta do a chat board, we gotta do the Reddit thread, and we gotta do a podcast. we got we got a lot of stuff to do. Uh,
Mhm.
um,
Well,
okay.
let's, end this a little bit early, and then we can plan a little further in advance for the next one. Does that sound good?
Okay. And y'all know, all you guys all know that I put out content like 4 or 5 times a day. So we gotta start a talk show too.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta start a talk show. We're gonna,
We might
we
take you
got
up
a
on that
podcast.
moderation.
Huh?
Someone was saying that they'd be moderators for us. I was like, "We'll
Okay,
take
so
you up on that."
yes. Man, we got so much stuff to do.
I know. It's gonna be a good year.
But at least we're I told y'all I'm at the gym, so please forgive the extra. But at least we're on here. We are trying to elevate ourselves. We're not making broadcasts where we're just pooping on men all day because it's bigger than that. We gotta elevate the conversation. I know that sometimes it's like it does shift to like we gotta talk about them sometimes, but for the most part, I want to stick to like elevating ourselves. Oh, we gotta do an audiobook. Okay, cool. Phoenix Soul, don't worry about being 40 minutes late. Me and Shar will be doing this again. So
Definitely.
don't trip. I just joined this gym, so I just had the opportunity to do this. And if this time frame is going to be good for Shar, we'll we'll create something together. Okay, so declining populations, femicide. I gotta get. I know the woman who does the Black femicide site on Facebook. I gotta put some of her stats. I gotta get with her. She's a busy woman as well. Hi, Prince Petty. Hello, good to see you. Okay, cool. We got TED Talks too. We gotta do a TED Talk. We gotta do a TED
I would
Talk.
love to
We
do a TED Talk.
I don't know. We gotta do a a twin TED Talk. Um, so I got 5 minutes, y'all. Y'all gotta spit out whatever you got going on because I gotta go get these humans of mine. Um, please put the email in the chat. My email is firefitnesscoach@gmail.com. Shar's
Thanks, wireless
information, if
woman.
you guys are not following Shar, please make sure you do. On my community post, I tagged her. I tagged her in the title of this. That's how you can support us. You know, it, neither one of us are on here asking for Cash App donations, but if you want to give a Cash App donation, I'm not going to turn it down. I'm $ BurbNBougie, just like my name. But you can support us by, making sure that you are at least subscribed to the channel. And we're gonna keep this going. Let's see what else we got going on over here. Char's channel is Char. Give your information.
It's just Shar Henley, so Henley.
She and you know what? When I get off here or when I get back home, I'll make sure to make a community post with her information. So don't trip. I'll make sure that she is promoted on my page, and the next time we go live, we'll go live from her page. That way she can get the views to her page that time.
Also, I'll have better light and I won't be in the total dark. I basically have like the city back, like lighting me, and it's not doing so well anymore.
I thought that I tagged her in the title. But this is our first time. Bear with me. I'm going to make sure to plug her. So don't even trip, y'all. Don't even trip. I'm a plug her. She gonna get some supporters today.
Thank you.
um,
Thank you. Thanks for
all
subscribing,
right.
Slim.
Okay, I'll put her name. I'll add. We got things to work out, but the two of us, we literally just started doing YouTube this year. Both of us.
Mhm,
No,
mhm,
no, I started mine last fall. So and Shar just got on this year. So we're doing pretty well learning this stuff. So
mhm. I couldn't have done it without you.
yay. Okay. All right. So guys, I have to let you guys go. I don't know if we're gonna do it next week or the following week, but you guys will see us in our respective YouTube videos.
Mhm,
What is the child free woman? That's Shar Henley. But in my community post, it's a green square and it has both of
mhm.
our pictures. My community post where I was talking about going live. You can find her on that community post. I put her on there. Okay, all right. She's sub to okay. All right, child free woman, Char. May we have your email? I'll get you guys Char's email. I'll get it from her, and if she wants to disclose it, and I'll put it in a community post. Let's see. All right. I
All
am.
right.
All right. I will chit chat with you later, homie,
All
and
right,
I'll
sounds
see
good.
y'all later.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming.
All right.